Hey there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a 35-point game between me and my buddy Ryan of War Machine here. He's going to be trying out Saeryn here. He's been mainly going with Epic Veil, but he needs to work on a second list, and there's this 35-point tournament coming up. Normally, whenever he plays against me, I'm going Signar, so it doesn't really help him because you don't want to go against shooty stuff with Saeryn, but he has kind of a really beast-heavy list here, as you'd expect. 2 Angelius, the Scythian, there's a Rask, a Shredder, a Harrier. The one here does not have kill box. The mission is first 1 of 5. You get 1 for dominating the close zone, 1 for controlling the far zone, and 2 for dominating it, and also 1 for destroying the objective. I'm running Rask. I got the 2 Posse, the Spitter, Wrong Eye, and Snapjaw, and the Shamblers here. So I actually got to pick. I won initiative, and I decided to pick this side because with all the terrain, I just wanted things a little bit more open, so I wasn't forced going for march all the time. But once he starts moving things up here, he is moving very fast, and the problem here is really trying to balance things with Saeryn's feet, because once he gets into you, you can't do anything. I have a little bit of shooting here, but for the most part, he'll just be in me, he'll get the alpha strike, and then after that, he'll get to kill a bunch more stuff too. My hope is that the Shamblers can actually tie him up for most of the feet, and that I can kind of use my feet and counter. But it's going to be a very tough thing to do, and now seeing how fast he's coming at me, I'm kind of wishing I'd actually gone first, because I'll have to be a little bit careful here so he doesn't just, kill my heavies and gators and stuff like that, because, once I start losing my charges and stuff, even Fury isn't going to help me too much. He's putting respawn on the bottom angel, which I'm not really too worried about. I mean, if I really cared about respawn, I could just shoot it off with Rask. But on my turn, these gators are running up. I'm going for Dirge. A couple up there just going to take the charges if he wants to go for it. Rask going up, and he's going to be putting Admonition up onto the Turtle, and Fury up onto the top gators. Turtle is running up because, hey, if he comes after me, I can just move away. Snapjaw and Wrong Eye, they're going to move up and submerge, go up with the other Posse with Dirge as well. And this is one of these turns where I could feat, but I decided not to because he could just back away and I would basically do nothing. Since I'm having to be so cautious, even the Shamblers can't group together because he'll just do his little blight bomb and kill them all. So I decided to hold on to my feet, and now I'm just going to have to take a little bit of punishment. And I mean, obviously, once he comes in, he's going to be popping his feet, and I'm just going to need to try and absorb it. So he's looking at it now, pulling off his Fury, trying to decide what's the best way to mess me up. He always likes the Spell Martyr. Normally, whenever I used to do Saeryn, I just take a bunch of beasts and go and beat up face and stuff. But, he always gets these kind of wonky spells on me and things that normally you wouldn't see. But he's first going up with the Rask, who's going to be moving up and then hopping into a nice position here. Not only is he a nice spot here where he could go for that Blight Bomb, but as well, he is just kind of tying everything up. That guy with Defense 15 and Reach is just a real pain for everything. So he comes up here, does a little hit to my Turtle. I don't want to Admonition away yet. I'd rather save it, try and draw in something else. And so after that, he's now looking for the charge on the Angel. Looking at it a little bit more. I mean, one of the things you always have to kind of watch for these things is making sure that you watch the clock. Normally, this opponent here, he never really clocks himself, but it's one of those things you always have to kind of go as fast as you can. If you make a mistake, I guess you don't want to go too fast. But here he comes. The Angelus comes in. I'm just going to Admonition away. So he'll be able to do a little bit of damage to, if he wanted. But he thought, nah, whatever. I'll fail the charge. Don't really care about it. Otherwise, the Spell Martyr comes up here, so I know I'm going to be hit with something. And then Saeryn's going to be coming up. She's going to be popping feet. And he's going to be putting up the Breath Stealer on the back gators. So all of a sudden, they can't do any orders. They're -2 speed, and they're just going to really be stuck. And that's a problem because, I would love to be running through the woods, getting to positions, going somewhere else. But now, they basically can move 3 inches, and that's it. Otherwise, he sends a Harrier into me, boosting, going for, of course, the Animist to automatically hit, but doing no damage. Otherwise, he's just kind of running over his other beasts so that they'll be ready to do nice and nasty things. The Scythian going over there to go after my zone. Which normally, I mean, if he did this, I could just charge him and kill him. But with this, I'm just going to have to feed him a couple of gators. And what else can I do? So he does a little bit of shooting here, kills off a shambler or two. But otherwise, not too bad. So run to my side now, pull off all my fury. I'm actually one less because, I mean, when I'm only running one beast, I don't want to max him out. So normally I'm in a spot where usually I'm a fury less or have to cut myself. I've never really found it to be a problem. I'd rather have more posse and stuff like that. Really not sure yet about the shamblers, whether I like them or not. But really at this turn here, I'm just trying to look at the board, trying to see what I can do, to see what I could shoot, try and maybe, you know, try and stationary something if I could, or if I could hit it with Rask gun, then all of a sudden it'd be paralyzed and can't run. But one of my first items is I have to get a shambler into his zone, so that's what I do, block line of sight on the Rask, run into the zone. Otherwise, my guys just kind of moving up there, the shamblers, doing what they can, being annoying. And then after this here, I think I'm going with the bottom gators. You know, here we're talking about time, but I mean, this turn took me a while too, because you gotta be really careful. I go with the top gators first, and I go one to kind of trap the Scythian, and then I realize, ooh, I gotta get another guy in the zone, so I put one further up there. But after I did this, I was already feeling kind of dumb, because looking at it, the Scythian can just move over and kill both, so I really should have ran and moved him farther up so that he couldn't get both with reach. So a little bit of a derp there. Rask moving over, putting on admonition again, and popping feet, just to make it a lot harder so he can't really charge into the juicy targets back here. The bottom gators just shifting the best they can. Snap Eye, or Wrong Eye and Snapjaw, just kind of being careful with them too, putting up their animus for the submerge again. And I already see this is going to be a real problem for Scenario, because the way it is, I mean, I snuck in a shambler this turn, but I don't know what I'm going to be able to do next turn. I mean, if I don't have a very killer counter charge, what can I do? But that's the Saeryn feat. He's now going to be looking and trying to decide what he wants to kill of mine first. And there's a lot of things he can do. I mean, these shamblers can all die really easy with one blight bomb. He should not be able to get too much onto Snapjaw. So there's a little blight bomb there. That kills a bunch of shamblers, really frees things up. I was kind of really worried that he might go after Wrong Eye with the Rask going up there and jumping. Saeryn would have to be pretty far up in order to allow that to happen. But hey, you know, if that guy goes down, I lose a whole beast. So those Rasks, they can be pretty nasty, just jumping around doing what they want. So Saeryn comes over here, which allows his Scythian to come over here and hit both these gators. She also threw a dagger at the shambler that was in the zone. So already here, you know, he's going to be at 2 points. One for dominating his own, one for controlling the enemy. And that puts me in a pretty rough spot for Scenario. But still, I'm feeling kind of okay. He's coming over here with the Forsaken, kind of loading them up. But my hope here is, again, you know, if he doesn't kill too much more, I can do my counter charge. I can kill a lot of his beasts, and then I can kind of come back. But here's the first surprise I had. He actually goes after the objective with the Angelius, destroys that, and now he's going to be up 3-0. And that puts me in an even worse spot, right? Because now, you know, it's even just a thing where he could double dominate on his own side and win, or just run over and dominate on my zone and just win there too. So now, all of a sudden, Scenario is looking very destitute, very a big desperate situation. And whereas I need these posse up there to try and be able to charge the Scythian, he's able to kill one of them with another attack from the Angelius, and then the Harrier goes in and ties them up, and really causes me a lot of, you know, order of activation stuff. Otherwise, what the Rask decides to do is just going to kind of go after my little Shambler Bokur guy. So just kills the one guy in the way, and then after a couple of buys, he really cranks the damage, just kills the guy there. So they're gone. No more bringing back some guys so I can run them into the zone. So contesting already is going to be very difficult. I was hoping he was going to bring over the other Angelius so I could try killing both of them, because those Angelius with their little repulse animus really makes it hard to contest zones. So if I could kill the two of them and then just really like throw some things in the zone on the right, that'd be great. But unfortunately, he is more reserved with the Angelius, and that's going to cause me some serious issues. So looking at this, one of the things I really want to do with Rask is be able to shoot this Angelius so that he'll be paralyzed, and it'll make it a lot easier for Snapjaw to kill him. I'm looking at trying to kill the Harrier, getting out of the way, putting Boundless Charge on the Spitter and Fury so they can charge over and kill the Scythian. So first thing, I have to go over with the Gators. They're going to be killing this Harrier, opening up that room. I would have loved to, just run these guys in the zone, but I just couldn't. So now I'm going to be shooting here. I'm going to boost to make sure I hit, and I still miss anyway. I need a 5 on 3 dice. What can you do? But now I got Boundless Charge and Fury, so time to come over here with the Turtle. I'm going to take a free strike, but you know what? Coming from the Angelius, it's not that bad. I'll do D6 damage back. I only do 2 damage, but whatever. It's time to mess up this Scythian. I charge for free, so I get 1 big attack. These are POW 18s and POW 16s. 7 attacks total. I should be messing this guy up. But you're going to see me giving the finger here a couple of times because I just miss over and over again. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing that I'm screwed doubly, because not only could he just come over and repulse me out of the zone and dominate for an easy win, now that I didn't kill the Scythian could just kill me as well. So really, really looking bad here. Really missing having, where a lot of times I'd have a Feral Geist or something that could run into the zone to contest. But whatever, now it's Snapjaw's time, and I'm going to get some revenge on this Angel. Again, it would have been a lot easier if it would have been paralyzed from Rask, but whatever, this guy's pretty good, right? No, I keep on having to boost and having some misses and stuff, so Snapjaw's not able to deal with the Angelius, which is an issue because I need to sneak a Shambler around to even stand a chance. So now the Posse is going to charge down here. They need to kill the Raic and the Angelius so that one of those Shamblers can sneak around. Unfortunately, they're just really hard. I mean, I can only get my reach attacks in for the most part if I don't want to block myself. And whereas I was able to hit and kill the Angelius, I just kept on missing that Raic. Again, even with re-rolling the hits, defense 15 is a huge problem. Took out the Mind, go for the free strike. On 1 dice, he even hits me on a 2. So that kills my guy. That means he's going to dominate for 1 on his turn. He literally has to do nothing to win, but he's going to be playing around with it anyway, just trying to have some fun. In fact, the fact that he was even going over here, I don't know if he was really looking at it, but Forsaken's come up here, and I mean, with me being fully loaded on both beasts, he's just going to be cranking damage on both my Snapjaw and the Spitter, and in the end, the Spitter is left with like 4 boxes for the Scythian to kill. So there you go. I probably should have shifted more to the top zone in order to stop him from scoring, but hey, it's Saeryn, and Saeryn's scary. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.